Hey, what's up? It's AP Experiment, back at it again with another video. I am again still doing the ranked grind. This video was recorded right after the other video, so this was actually the video where I ended up getting no RP. I actually felt very bad and I was surprised because this ranked game started with them being down a player, so we actually ended up playing the entire game in a 4v3 situation, which I thought was kind of weird because I had never seen the ranked game actually start with them down a player. It was a very new experience, and I don't know if that's just how it's supposed to do it, and to try to like lower queue times or whatever. But I thought that was very odd. This was escort, so it was rather simple. The other team very much seemed to be playing whack-a-mole, more or less. They were popping out to get their kills, but it didn't seem like they were very interested in trying to hold us, to say the least. They did get their kills. They did have very good positioning, so I will not say that they didn't have good positioning. It just seemed like our team had much better teamwork as far as, me, I was pushing the objective. There was someone, I think one other member of the team that was really pushing the objective. We had two quote unquote vanguards who were just popping out in front of the team, clutching up the kills, and it being a 2v3, us having the numbers advantage definitely came into play a lot more often than I thought it would. I really truly wasn't expecting there to be a numbers advantage, but it definitely did play a very, very solid part. As I said in my last video, I am going to be trying to use the Libertad faction a lot more than now that I realize that it's something that really just isn't common. Plus, I really do love to play that supportive role, and as of the current moment, there isn't another supportive role in the game. If anyone does remember, when the game was first announced, there was actually supposed to be a division class that was supposed to be a medical class. So hopefully they haven't fully scrapped that idea, and it does end up coming back during one of these seasons. As I really do want to see what that the gameplay of that faction would be like. If not, it's okay. Then they'll probably they probably ended up converting the idea into what is currently Libertad. But I would really love to see it personally. I would really can't wait to see what else they come up with. A lot of speculations have been that an Assassin's Creed faction is gonna come, and I really can't wait to see something like that in the game too. Having the little Assassin's Blade would be pretty cool, especially once there's that bomb mode. I know that two of my bestest of friends, Baro and Kenji, who is my cousin, when they come to the game, when the bomb does come into the game, because they are not very big on it now, just because it doesn't have that mode for them, and other modes don't really excite them like that. But once they have their one life mode that they really can get into, I know they're specifically going to be looking for a knife substitute, that's kind of their main go-to for modes like that. In the aspect of an FPS game like Call of Duty, they really loved the introductions of the combat knife, the throwing knife, and the executions. As this game doesn't have executions, a combat knife, or anything of the sort, I really do wonder what they would probably do. So having a faction like the Assassins from Assassin's Creed, and possibly their Stealth Blade, that probably would be something that would pull their attention. Speaking of Assassin's Creed, I'm actually very excited as we get closer to the end of summer and closer to the Assassin's Creed game that will be actually arriving in the fall. It looks immaculate, it really does. So hopefully somewhere closer to that time, there's a big announcement of possible collaborations as far as skin goes, possibly from that aspect, especially since it's placed in Japan. Some Japanese styled skins and XDefiant to commemorate the release of that game would be very, very spectacular, and I would love to see it. Um, Another game that's it's not doing so well, but I would love to see its style represented in X Defiant would most definitely be Skull and Bones. The pirate aesthetic would be immaculate in this game. I do love the skins that they're currently putting out. They have like a thunderstorm, thunder god, Raiju type of skins that they're currently dropping right now, as well as they have they have extraction skins, which I thought was pretty crazy. As someone who used to play Rainbow Six Extraction, the amount of times that extraction skins have been made in the past year is very, very interesting. I think it shows that there was a lot more ideas for that game that ended up just not coming to fruition. Um, that's definitely a pack of skins that I definitely want to pick up personally. I really do have a love for Extraction. As again, if you check my channel, I have like a 200 video playlist of videos on Extraction. It's a very, very fun game. I still have it downloaded to my PS5 just because on days I want to reminisce, I actually do go back and play it a little bit. I still have the Discord in my Discord just to sit and reminisce, and sometimes I want to play it, sometimes I don't. It's really more of a hobby game now that they've basically given up on it after that first year. Um, and this AK was shredding. Again, I'm trying not to really get heavy on using these weapons or using these ARs, as again, I don't really care about the mastery grind. So I'm really just using whatever weapons, but I'm finding a lot more reliance on the ARs, as I prefer to be an AR player than the SMGs. Though I probably will make a P90 class. I really do have a love for the P90, and I will probably be using that a lot more heavily in rotation. I want to use marksmen. I have a part of me that really wants to use marksmen. The marksman rifles in the ranked game mode, since unlike Call of Duty, there is no real restrictions to the ranked mode right now. A part of me wants to use the marksman rifles just to kind of focus up, but at the current moment, I really do want, especially since I'm already fighting through stick drift, I really do want to try to take it a little bit more seriously and use the assault rifles or the SMGs over the marksman rifles. Even though, again, the marksman rifles are my personal preference, I really do love them. They're only currently being two, first off, and then secondly, on top of that, they're only being really like a certain amount of different playstyles that has come from it. I just currently do not want to have to dibble and dabble to try to figure out how I would make that work. But yeah, other than that, this was a really pretty smooth game. Again, this being a 3v4, it really was kind of unfair from the beginning. We held out pretty well. They didn't even, I don't think, made it to the first checkpoint. We pretty much stopped them very, very much short. I really do love that somebody was on our team was using GSK, using the shock wire, as the shock wire actually forces the opposite team to stop and focus and melee to destroy it. I thought before GSK arrived that it would be possible for it to be hacked, but it is not a hackable ability, which was surprising to me because I thought anything that could be placed would be hackable. But I guess in the reference to shock wire, that really wouldn't be sensible, and it is something that has to be hit. But yeah, as you can see, we ended up pushing them all the way back down to 18%. Which is crazy because even in a 3v4, one of the opposite team ended up being actually the player of the game. It was pretty crazy. As you can see here, I had the most objective time. I really do enjoy being an objective player, but it's been a P experiment, and I'll catch you in the next one.